Hey everybody, it's Mike with Monkey Fab, and today I want to talk to you guys about my Volvo wagon and drag week and kind of the finished product on that. Also, the turbo Mustang. We got like one of these. Let me see if I can get this. Can you get it? Yeah, so you can kind of see like we got some of that runner going on there on the turbo guy, and I'll bring that down and show it to you in just a second. Let's go outside and look at the Volvo, and let's talk about what happened with the Volvo. You coming, Benny? All right, so I hate that you can't flip screens. Can you not flip screens on this? It's so stupid. What does this do? Nothing. Okay, you guys just skip fast forward on the button thing. There's the old Phoenix. Phoenix is doing good. There's a squeaky pulley. Everything I ever buy, ICT billet, always the pulleys you have to be replaced. I don't know what's up with that. Fix your shit, ICT billet. Otherwise, running good. And let's talk about so I bought a brand new computer, spent like $2,000, transferred all my data because I wanted to finish up the Volvo for you guys, and my brand new computer is crap, so I might have lost all the data on the Volvo station wagon, but it's done. So the only thing you guys really missed was I threw a cheap truck engine in it. We really sludged out. And the truck engine, when I hit it, some of the goo that was all gunked up inside there, fell down, got sucked up into the oil pickup. That's why I lost oil pressure and starved the upper end for oil and made some funky valve train noises and all. And all I did was I had the old Phoenix engine. It was aluminum 5.3 that I bought for super cheap. I got a whole 4L80E and this aluminum block for like $500 way back in the day, but it had a bent rod, and it went in the Phoenix, and I just had trouble with it, trouble with the aluminum guy, so I pulled it out. I just bought an old van cast iron boy and threw it in the Phoenix, and that seemed to work fine. But I pulled this out and rebuilt it and went through it, re-ringed it. I mean, it wasn't like a super duper rebuild guy. It was just like a quickie, sticking the old pistons and rods and just refresh. I guess you'd call it a refresh is a better way of putting it. So yeah, that just got swapped out. So basically, I just swapped that out. I pulled the other engine out, the engine that was in this, the old crappy one, and cleaned it up and rebuilt it. And it is in there. So basically I just pulled all the internals out of that's what I did. I pulled all the internals out of the old engine. So this guy, it's actually a Gen 4 aluminum block, but it actually has the whole rotating assembly in it from the other motor, the one that has the dirty, crappy stuff. And because of the crankshaft, that's what it was. The crankshaft was bent on this guy. And I found that when I put it in the bearings and spun it. Sorry, it's been a year. It's been a year since it's been on the road, so I'm doing a little time travel and whatnot. So, yeah, I remember I put the crankshaft in it and give it the old spinny in it, and no spinny good. So my buddy, Jacob, I said, hey, do you happen to know anyone that might have some crankshafts? And he's like, I got 4 of them. Why? You don't even have really any LS stuff, but he had one, so he had it sitting there for, I don't know, a couple of years in a warehouse or something. So he brought it and kind of cleaned it up a little bit, threw it in there, gave it the old spinny spin. It spun real good. And the plastic gauge, I don't even think I bothered dial boarding it. So yeah, we actually got like 2 spare motors already put together, and it's got like Gen 4 internals, because I took all the Gen 4 stuff out of this and stuck it in there. Blah blah blah. I had to make this 24X because that's what the whole Holly, and I didn't know and didn't want to. So that's where we're at with this guy. She is really good to go. 6,000 plus miles. We've overheated the engine a couple. The problem with this guy is I put too small of a radiator on it. It's only a dual pass. I would have went with either a triple pass, or I would have figured out a way to put more volume, just water volume, into this system. It does fine with this Corvette fan, which is another thing. The Corvette fan likes to melt connectors, so it takes a little bit of ingenuity to wire this guy to get it to work as good as it should. But that being said, we've overheated a couple times. We had some troubles a couple times, but she just keeps plugging away. She wants to run. She's a runner. The transmission was horrible. I didn't know anything about tuning the Holly, and I had it all set up horrible. And by the time I pulled the transmission out, the 4L60 that I bought for, like, you know, with this whole engine swap, there was, I drained all the fluid out of it because I noticed like the cooler wasn't working. I think I've already showed you guys that. So we went to bigger transmission coolers, and it basically, the whole thing was full of clutch dust. Like when I drained the fluid, it was like there was just a residue of clutch dust. I can still, I put it in my fuel can because I wanted to transport it and get rid of it, and there's literally still clutch dust stuck in the bottom of my plastic VP E85 jugs that have been full of E85 for a while. So this transmission just got nuked, but she's still going, and she doesn't care, and full throttle shifts, and it's a 4L60. I never even downshift like people say sometimes, like you're supposed to pull it down and drive. I don't know if that applies to 4L60. Someone leave a comment in the description below if you actually know, not that you've actually heard somebody say something, but you know. So I do have an entire transmission. I have a better converter. I bought a PTC converter and like the whole shift kit, etc., to rebuild this guy, but it's too late. We're at like, today is the 18th of August, and we got like a month before it needs to be on the road to do drag week. So we set our expectations super low for that. We got a very comfortable car. I got brand new tires on here, and that's going to be our gear. It's a little bit taller, so it'll roll 80 at about 26, 27, which is nice. Once it gets pushing, even in this like super, we're in the Houston heat here, it's crazy hot. It'll just run nice. It just runs nice and cool. The faster you drive it, the more it likes it. So that's about it with the wagon, I do believe. It turned out really nice, I think. I'll try to show you guys like the whole, so this is the whole inside here. It's a little dusty and dirty, but we got like the Holly dash. The only thing really funky is kind of the shifter. My Terminator dash, so I just stick in the center console, or I have a magnet base to hold it up here if I need it, just for extra gauges. I'm going to have the roof and the hood painted. I got some guys that were going to give me a quote on that. Probably do that after we get back from drive. I've learned to keep a 5-gallon can of water in here. So this is an old military water jug. These are awesome. This is one of the few things that I actually like from my military days. They were actually one of the few things in the military that actually work well. So what I noticed is as soon as this thing overheats, it immediately just, and all the water's gone. And you need about 3-4 gallons to top it. Once you top it off, you're fine. If you can stand getting the water in there while it's hot, it'll be fine. Once you top it off with water, she's happy. But if it overheats, it overheats. And when I say like it overheats, I put some foam pieces to seal the condenser between the radiator fan, because I only have a single fan. I don't have a fan on the condenser, so I needed to pull through on the air conditioner condenser. And I had a piece of foam that was like this 3M adhesive back stuff, and I guess it got gooey and just fell down. So it fell down, stopped my fan. It was 108 degrees, and I was stuck in rush hour traffic, so it just, I think it got to like 250. I'd say like 250. It's a lot. But she's fine. She doesn't seem to really mind too much. And then we got, we got a hatchback back here. So we got our drag radials already mounted for drag week. And yeah, we should be cruising in style. The air conditioner works awesome as long as it's 90 degrees or below. Over that, it's better than nothing, but it's not as good as say like something new where, you know, you can freeze your titties out. This guy won't do that. So yeah, oil change, and we're gonna go for drag week. I think it'll probably run 14s. I don't really, the idea is to go and learn. It's my first time, so I'm not trying to, I don't need more problems. I'm gonna have plenty of problems. No need for more problems. We're trying to limit the problems. So that's why we're just taking that. And if everything goes well and we learn it, we like it. It's very expensive, this drag week and stuff. You guys know that? So if that goes well, maybe we'll do something with the Phoenix is for sale. So you guys make a reasonable offer. It'll do anywhere between probably 350 and 800 horsepower, and it's insane. It's insane. It's terrifying. That's what it is. I got pulled over last weekend. The cop was super cool though. He was just like like, I pulled you over because you're speeding. And I had sped around some people, probably through second gear, which is pretty fast. But I wasn't watching. I didn't really. Number one is I can't see. So if I wear my bifocals, I can't see my dash. I can see my hands. I can see the road, but I can't see the dash. True story. So I just punched it, get around these guys. I was going pretty quick, and the cop pulls me over. It was dark because I couldn't see. And he was like, I pulled you over because you're speeding. And I was like, ooh. I was like, how fast? I was like, what was the speed limit? And he was like, it's 45. And I was like, oh, man. And then I was like, well, how fast was I going? And he was like, 60. And I was like, okay. but he was cool about it. And what was his name? It was Officer Cortez. I'm not going to say of which county. But he was a nice guy, and he chatted about my car and what was going on. And I played him some funk music and showed him the AC. They're usually good guys. They don't. I feel bad for them, man, because it's a shitty job. I wouldn't want to do it. So anyway, the Mustang. We got to get back to Pete's Mustang. Sorry about the long. You guys can just go. I'm gonna lower this down so you can see what we're doing. You guys can just tap the old. Fast forward thing 3 or 4 times, and we should have this on the ground. I'm sorry, but since my computer died, my very expensive computer, we have to do one takes. I have no way of editing this, so that's what we're doing. You guys just have to forgive me and forgive my broken lift. You guys are gonna see how bad a shape my lift is in. It's really bad. Probably gonna start squirting oil here in a second. Get my old oil catcher. Ooh, that's bad. Come on, baby. All right. Yeah, the lamb's a little leaky. It's a little leaky. She's a little leaky. That's the problem with having a fab shop is it's not just dust in the air, it's little tiny ninja stars, little tiny metal ninja stars all over being breathed constantly. I apologize for the technical delay of game. Is there anything else going on? So we're doing the drag week. That's in a couple, it's really only like 3 or 4 weeks. I gotta get this done for Pete. I'm excited about this project. It's kind of cool. It's a nice car. It's a really pretty car. And it's kind of like a privilege to get to work on something like this because I couldn't afford something like this. But my buddy Pete here has bought a Durango, and you guys are like, who gives a shit? No, not a Dodge Durango, you jackasses. It is a Ford Durango, which is so awesome. And it's like beautiful maroon. So what is a Ford Durango? Yes. Some company somewhere along the line, in the 80s probably, somewhere around there, got a hold of Ford and they said, hey, we can make you an El Camino, El Camino, out of your Mustang. And that's what they did. So they cut these guys and they put a bed in the back. So a red one of those, a maroonish, beautiful shape is on its way. And I want to get that. I want to swap. I want an LS. It's got like a 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder. LS swap would be awesome. All right, so this is where we're at. Not a whole lot has happened here, guys. I apologize. It's tough when you're alone. You kind of need a helping hand. When I get it, I make as much progress as I can so you guys can see that this is our first runner here. And the other side's going to look basically the same, except we're going to pull up a little sooner than what we got, and we got more room. There's a ton more room on this side than there is on this side. And the problem is keeping everything so you can... I really don't care how hard it is to get this in and out because you shouldn't be doing that too often. But I do want it to be able to get in and out, right? So everything needs to be functional and serviceable. But my priority here is the spark plugs. I want to be able to, so this guy can go in, buy a set of truck crap spark plugs off of the AutoZone and just be out, cruising if need be. And it shouldn't be in a life a life-changing event to mess with your spark plug. So that's going to be the goal on that guy. So yeah, that's what we got. And you guys can see, look how thick that guy is. It's pretty nice. This is schedule 10 pipe. I love working with this stuff. It's really It's easy to work with. It's easy to weld with. It sucks to remove. So every one of these joints has to be cut and formed and whatever else. And we'll have to do all these little runners, and we got to cope each one of these guys into here. That's kind of difficult with it being super thick like that, but it is indeed super thick. So you guys are wondering, like, what are we doing about wastegates and stuff? So what we're gonna do is these guys are gonna just zoom down, 1, 2, boop, boop. They'll just kind of go down, and then this one is gonna kind of go up. So it'll run into here. At the bottom of this joint right here, we're gonna cut into here and put the wastegate down here, and then our exhaust is going to go right in between those guys there. So that, and we're not going to be able to get away with studs on the front 3 bolts. So if you want to get this off, get our downpipe off, that's what we're going to have to do, is go with that. And because of the way this, we had to keep this kind of close. I could cut the frame rail and manipulate that, but we're not. We're just going to use bolts, 3 bolts in the front, and then the studs all the rest of the way around. The other side will be easy. It's funny because you'd think that this side would be hard because it's got the steering shaft, but it really, that steering shaft makes almost no difference. It's the room. The thing that's really kind of screwing me over here is the brake pieces, because, you know, heat and whatnot. But I'm going to try to keep it kind of the same as this, so we'll have more space. It'll kind of run down the middle here, and same thing. So that's it. And like I said, our wastegates are going to come down in either side, so that one guy is just going to go directly in to the turbo. So we'll have like 3/4 of the engine wastegated. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out, to see if it's like, does it help with the spool? Does it do anything at all? Does it hurt? Does it just wildly overboost? So those are some of the things we'll be kind of checking out, and it's no big deal because all we got to do is just hit it with a hammer, knock off those things, and or Sawzall, and just rebuild it if we have to. But that's where we're at with the Mustang. Really nice, sexy Mustang. That is where we are at with the Volvo and the Phoenix and all the things Monkey Fab related. The Durango, which I'm really kind of excited about. I have a Mustang, another white Fox. I think mine's a 92. I've never actually seen it, but I've had it for about a year now. And it's going to get done eventually. But that's where we're at. I hope you guys appreciate that. You guys get my dilemma with the computer. Sorry about that. It's pretty much the wrap up with the Volvo. How fast is the Volvo? Well, I checked it with the Draggy on the street. In street tires, it does 4.80 to 60. For me, that's pretty good. So I'm an old man, like 50. And when I was a kid, I'd look up all the Guinness books of world records and anything car related. I remember for the longest time, the speed, one of the books I had, like the quickest thing I could find 0 to 60 was the AC Cobra, 427 AC Cobra, Shelby Cobra, and it was like 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, which is amazing. And I know that it's because I have Mickey Thompson drag radials and Mickey Thompson street tires, that it's the only reason that's as fast as it is versus like something like an AC. Like if I put my 235s on an AC Cobra, I understand it goes 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds and I'm annihilated. But for an old man like me, I can say like, hey, it's fast as a Cobra. So super happy with that. I did buy a CTS-V blower. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. So we'll see. Lots of projects, lots of things going on. my body and my physicalities can never keep up with my brain and my desires, but we just keep plugging along, guys. So anyway, thanks for dropping by, checking out Monkey Fab Garage, monkeyfabgarage.com. Head over to the website. It's been a super, super horrible year. We can use all the business that we can. Even if you just want to swing by and pick up a t-shirt or a sticker, that'd be awesome too. But until next time, this is Mike Monkey Fab signing out.